Hey, ladies, it is day 4. It's day 4 of your body reset. So today's tip is all about the middle of our day, right? The first day we talked about hydration, and then we bookended our days. We talked about magical mornings and we talked about unwinding and getting restorative sleep. So now I want to focus on the middle of the day. What are we doing in the middle of the day to support our body? So life often feels pretty chaotic. I often work with women who self-identify as busy, right? Moving from one thing to the next, right? Always a million one things you can be doing, never enough time in your day to get them all done. How many of you can relate, right? Can you relate to this feeling of I am a busy person, right? So when we identify as a busy person, what actually happens? This leads to us feeling like we don't have enough time for ourselves. We become our lowest priority. We're always putting things in for other people, time, energy in for other people, other things. And when we live in this kind of chaotic energy, no matter where the chaos is coming from, it's easy to get taken out of your vision for your health, for your life. And we tend to pull back from the progress that we're making. We pull back and we retreat back into our comfort zone, right? Into the known, into what's familiar, because that's how we can kind of handle the chaos and the busyness around us. Now, I actually will argue that when life feels chaotic, when the energy around us is big and a little crazy, or maybe a lot crazy, that is actually the right time to step into something new. That is the time more than ever to make sure that you're supported, that you have that container of support around you like this one, so that on the days when you are feeling like you're struggling or not doing as much as you want for yourself, you can reach out and say, this is hard. And your support can hold that space for you and reassure you that actually you're in the perfect right place for you right now. Just keep taking one step at a time, right? Now, the other thing that's really important is to be able to ground yourself. When you're having the days of going from one to the next, to the next, to the next, and all of our energy is flying out, right? It's like going out of you. You get to the end of the day, and what happens? You feel exhausted and you collapse, right? This doesn't have to be the case. It doesn't have to be your truth. So we can actually get all of the things done. We can do all the same things that we would be doing with this flying out energy. You can get all the same stuff done, but you can do it from a place of centered groundedness that allows us to actually feel fine at the end of the day. And when we feel fine at the end of the day and grounded at the end of the day, then guess what? That helps us prepare ourselves for sleep, get a restorative night of sleep, and wake up for a magical morning, right? Because obviously when we are in chaos and when that energy is flying out and then we are crashing at the end of the day, we are not sleeping well. Even if you actually manage to stay asleep for 8 hours, your body is fighting the restorative sleep. It's not actually able to dive into that to the best of its ability. So one of my favorite things to do is to be able to take just a minute or two at various times throughout the day to ground yourself, right? So I'm going to introduce you to a few different options, and I'm inviting you to play with them. Try them on, see what feels good to you, right? So a little side tip, and this is true for everything that we talk about here and anything you hear from anybody else as well, you get to create your health your way, not the way someone else does it. You get to do it your way. Isn't that refreshing? Isn't that fabulous? You get to do your health your way, right? So what I get to do is to offer suggestions. I get to offer opportunities. I get to invite you into different ideas. You then get to try them on, play around with them, and figure out, how does this fit me, right? So the goal for this particular kind of tip is to be able to do it a lot, right? Now, a great way to ground yourself and a great way to calm the chaotic energy is through a meditation, right? Now, a full meditation, sometimes you can meditate for 5 minutes. Oftentimes meditations are longer than that. They're beautiful things. There's a lot of different ways we can meditate, a lot of different options, a lot of different strategies. And I highly recommend meditation. Meditation is awesome. It does amazing things for our nervous system, for our physiology, right? For our brain and our brain chemistry. It's really, really powerful stuff. That is not what we're talking about today, though, right? That is a more dedicated practice. What I'm referring to today is the quick and simple thing you can pretty much do anytime, anywhere, and allow it to recenter your energy so you're not in the like kind of chaotic energy out, energy flow all day. You're actually in the centered energy, which is the more focused energy, which is allows you to get things done more effectively without feeling drained at the end. Okay. So this is just a quick, simple thing. All right. There's a few kind of basic things that I want you to be thinking about when you are practicing grounding yourself. So one of the more important things to do is to make sure your feet are on the ground. We literally are grounding ourselves, right? Feet on the ground. So that can be standing or sitting. It does not matter at all. You can actually be lying down. If your whole body is on the ground, that works too, right? You could just go flat on your back on the ground and that's fine too. But sitting or standing. So if you are sitting or standing, the second thing is to notice your tailbone. You don't want to be standing with your lower back like arched out. You want to be standing with your tailbone kind of pointed down to the earth, right? You want that energy of your body going down through your legs, through your tailbone, through your feet, down into the earth, okay? This also then allows the earth's energy to come up into your body, which is the whole idea. So when we are in chaotic energy, we don't want to raise our energy and throw it out, right? What we're wanting to do is actually ground it down, bring ourselves back down into our body. Usually when we're in that chaotic energy, we're all up in our head, right? Everything kind of feels up here. What we're trying to do is to actually bring ourselves back down into our body, right? This allows our energy to go down into the earth. Mother Earth is amazing. She can handle all of the chaotic energy that we humans could possibly put out. She can recycle that and bring it back up to us. Beautiful, healed, grounded energy. Okay, so this is the goal. So you're going to be standing or sitting, feet on the ground, tailbone kind of pointed down towards your feet, down into the earth, right? This means you're not locking your knees. They're nice and relaxed. And then I invite you to try putting your hands face down on your thighs if you're sitting. That's very grounding, right? If you're standing, I invite you to put your right hand on your womb and your left hand on your heart. There's a certain way that our own body's energy flows, and the right hand on your womb and the left hand on your heart is a great way to enhance that flow, okay? You can also do this if you're sitting too. Either one. Again, this is where you get to play around with it and see what feels good. So then the next thing that comes in is your breath, right? Breath is really, really, really important, period. It's really important when you are grounding yourself. So you are going to breathe down all the way into your diaphragm, really deep, pushing your diaphragm down first, and then allowing your lungs to fill out, right? So imagine, I'm going to invite you to close your eyes when you do this practice. Imagine When you breathe in, you are actually pulling energy up from the earth through the soles of your feet, through your tailbone and up into your body, right? You're pulling that energy up. You hold to allow that energy to circulate through your body, and then you exhale it through your mouth back down into the earth. You're imagining the cleansing energy coming back down into the earth, and pause. Now, the key component here is that your exhale is longer than your inhale, which will then pop you back into a parasympathetic nervous system, as opposed to your sympathetic, which is your fight or flight, your stress, right? We want to be in our parasympathetic, our rest and relax, our grounded state, okay? So some added bonuses, you can do this outside with bare feet, actually on dirt, really powerful. I invite you to try doing this when you transition from work to being at home. You can actually do it anytime during a transition of your day is a really powerful time to do it, because it will help you release where you just were and be present where you are going, okay? Another bonus is to use this as an opportunity to bring awareness of calm and peace into your breathing. You can do this a couple of different ways. One is to listen to your surroundings, especially if you're in a place where it will bring you that sense of calm, right? If you're outside, you can listen to birds. If you are inside, maybe you have lovely music playing, right? Maybe you have a water feature near you, whether it's the ocean or a fountain. So you can use your sense of hearing to help center yourself. Another option is to grab a bottle of high quality essential oils. Lavender is particularly wonderful for relaxation, but there's lots of different options. You can kind of go with whatever scent you want in that moment based on your mood and what you're doing next, right? If you need to ground yourself so you can actually stand in sort of a vibrant energy, you can use something like a citrus, right? Orange is really good for raising energy. If it's the end of the day and you're unwinding and you want to calm, lavender is really lovely for that, right? So use an essential oil. The way you do that, you can actually just take a tissue, a cotton ball, or a ceramic diffuser and just literally one or two drops right in front of you. You would place it kind of on a surface right in front of you here, right? And as you inhale, you notice the scent. Allow that to circulate with your breath. Give thanks for that scent, and then move that gratitude through your body as you exhale, right? Another way to bring gratitude in is to focus on something that you're grateful for that day. Maybe it's something that just happened. Maybe it was a small moment earlier on. Maybe you're grateful for what you are stepping into next. And to just focus on that as you are breathing. I believe a really beautiful tip when practicing gratitude is to actually find the small things that you are grateful for. These small things, these small moments, these little things during our day are very powerful at actually grounding us, right? It's the small gratitudes that can have a very large impact. So that's your invitation for today, is to just start playing around with how you can use this super simple breath work to allow yourself to just ground throughout the day. You can literally do this as many times as you need. Some days are going to feel more chaotic than others. You can enhance that and you can actually ground yourself as many times as you need during those chaotic days, right? So play around with it. What feels good to you? Does it feel good to be outside, inside, lying down, sitting, standing? Where are your hands on your body, right? What is the posture that really works for you? Do you want the essential oils? Is it the sound? Is it a gratitude practice? Are your eyes closed? Are they open looking at something? What works for you? How many breaths does it take you to ground? Sometimes we can ground in just 2 or 3. Sometimes we need a few more than that, right? Are there certain transition times during your day where you find it's really helpful for you to ground yourself? So these are all things that you can start to play with moving forward to see, how can I really bless my energy for the day? How can I keep myself in that centered state so that I'm being as productive as I can? So when I need to focus, I'm focused. When it's time to be playful, I'm playful. And when I get to the end of the day, I still feel restored. It's pretty simple, actually. It doesn't take a lot of time. It doesn't take a lot of effort. And there's some really beautiful power behind this simple act of grounding ourselves. So that is your invitation for today. Try it on, see how it feels, what works best for you. And I'll see you again tomorrow. Have a beautiful, beautiful rest of your day.